Hello, everybody. Dave Neal here, stand-up comic and host of Bachelor Nation News. And as far as barrel scraping goes, we have scraped the barrel dry. Ladies and gentlemen, breaking news, the barrel is dry. We've got a story about Hannah Brown's new apartment tour. That's right. That's where we're at right now. The barrel has been scraped so dry, we had to push it over and just start eating the worms that were underneath the barrel. The little roly-poly guys, what are they called? Anyway, let's get into it. Follow me on Instagram, @DNeals, stand-up show updates. I've got a couple shows in Chicago coming up in 2 weeks. I'll be speaking at DePaul University at their Bachelor course. I'm thinking I'm going to record that video of the Q&A session and whatever we talk about, and I'm going to post it on the Patreon in its entirety. Patreon.com/Dave Neal. Go follow me over there. We got the comment section happening right now on Patreon. Everyone say hello. And let's get into this story. Hannah Brown and boyfriend Adam, which is also his nickname is Hannah Brown's boyfriend, show off their cozy new Santa Monica home. Where I come from, cozy means it's very small and you couldn't afford something bigger, but Hannah Brown's a beast when it comes to income made after the show. Of course, she's been on Dancing with the Stars, six-figure deal there. You know, she's doing just a fine. The question is, are they splitting the bills? What's going on with this? You know what I mean? She's the breadwinner? This is a feminism 2022. She's the breadwinner. He's got to do what she says. If she says, take your shoes off inside, he's like, yes, ma'am. We learned how much we value really making sure your home is a reflection of who you are. By the way, you guys know, not to name drop, you guys know I met them in December. And I got to say, Adam, he's a great guy. He's a good guy. He was supportive of her. He was helpful emotionally, physically. He was there for her in her Q&A. So good couple. All right, toast goes. There they are. We have a potential Egyptian, possibly Greco-Roman toe happening. Not that anybody cares, although Wiki Feet will probably tell you all you need to know. Hannah Brown and Adam have already adopted a puppy together, and now they're checking off another milestone. Moving in. That's dangerous, adopting a puppy together, just because it's like, golly, when if the relationship doesn't work out, that puppy doesn't know why dad's no longer around. You know what I mean? That puppy's like, how come that guy that loved me no longer loves me? It's like, well, he still loves you, but, you know, them's the ropes, folks. Nothing's worse in a breakup. It's like, you know, it's one thing if you have kids, you get them on the weekends, whatever. Dogs, that's a tough one. The couple who have been dating over a year recently decked out their new Santa Monica apartment with the help of design group Pure Salt Interiors. The Bachelorette star exclusively opened her new home to people, sharing her favorite features and how she and Adam plan to use the serene space. The seaside haven is filled with light, soothing colors and natural textures and accents, a specialty of Pure Salt, and something Brown says was equally important to her as the comfortability of the home. All right, so essentially, as in exchange for product, I'm sure she got a lot of free stuff, and then Pure Salt and their PR department worked exclusively with people to create this story that now your barrel scraping Dave is, unfortunately dealing with. Now listen. Do you think I want to make this story? Do you think I want to be here right now? Do you think this is what I want to cover? There ain't no TikTok scandals. There ain't no old tweets. There ain't no Demis wearing, Confederate G-strings, at the Port of Vallarta. None of that's going on. So your boy's out here doing the Lord's work and doing it the best he can.
Barrel scraping Dave.
And here we are. We both wanted something warm and inviting, comfortable and coastal. We wanted this apartment to feel like home for whatever they're supposed to say to sell this. All right, here it is, folks. Oh, boy. Nothing annoys me more than staged books. Who the hell? Do you really think my boy Adam is sitting down to read Down to Earth? You know what I mean? Get out of here with that. No, it's looking fine. And the candles. Oh, the only thing worse to me than decorative pillows is decorative candles. I got these two decorative candles that are hanging out next to my bedside. All I want to do is light them up. If we ever get into a really big fight, I'm going to go in there with a lighter and I'm going to light those candles up. Oh, there's no recovering a burnt wick. Let me tell you about that. Anyway, let's keep the party going. They left their anal beads on the top. Okay, moving on. Oh, boy. It's a kid's show. Anyway, what else did I have to say? The Alabama native says she loves to host friends, so filling out the space with guest-friendly areas was a must. Let me tell you something. The only person more the only person more disgusted than me making this video right now is probably Antonia Di Bianchi, who's trying to write for like New York Times. You know what I mean? She's like trying to get in a Pulitzer and this and that. And they're like, we're going to give you the big assignment of the week. She's like, what's that going to be? The war in Ukraine, maybe the Third World War approaching, the fact that there's no, Infamil, there's no, baby formula on the shelves for our next generation. They're taking books away from people. We've got this crazy civil war happening amongst cultural identity. And they're like, well, but first we have Hannah Brown's home we want to show you. Oh, this is why I make these videos, because this is actually my Mona Lisa. You know what I mean? Some people that, if this is your first video watching, I mean, Dave, are you always this on the ball? No. It takes rare talent, like, addressing anal beads on top of your staged books to really get into peak flow state, which is where we are right now. We plan to use it equally for relaxing by ourselves and for entertaining these beads. She says, we love throwing dinner parties and get-togethers. Hannah, I have not been invited. I live in Los Angeles. It must be in my others folder. I haven't gotten Hannah's invite, but we'll come to your dinner party. Just put the beads away. Don't leave them out. Run them through the dishwasher. I don't know what you do. We love disinfection. We love throwing super spreader, throwing dinner parties and get-togethers for our friends, and we both wanted our place to be somewhere everyone could gather to celebrate life. Now, then, of course, these are all the things you're supposed to say. This is what you do. This is what you do. This is part of being an influencer. So all joking aside, I would do this in a second if I got to have, this sort of decor. There really is nothing better than being able to see the sunset and feel the ocean air and the comfort of our beautiful outdoor space. The way the smog hits your face when you wake up in the ideal spot to train their new puppy, Wally. So there they are, drinking outside, perfectly staged grapefruits and limes and some grass happening. Nice table there. Very nice. To add to the inviting vibe Brown and Woolard wanted to achieve, they worked with Pure Salt to incorporate muted and earthy tones, which also describes her personality. No, I'm kidding. The dining area, she's actually very bubbly. She's bubbly. Her personality palette is bubbly and effervescent, if she's watching. No, she is. Ben Higgins would be described as muted and earthy. Okay. The dining area is amazing. It's so nice to have a real table and chairs, and the chairs are so comfy, and the wooden console in our dining area really fits the space. And by the way, I would have the hardest time eating salad. You ever have balsamic? What's up with balsamic dressing flying off of the leaf? You cannot eat, help me out here. You got to put a poncho on. You cannot eat a salad with balsamic dressing and not expect it to just fling off of your fork all over your white linen shirt. They got some bread there. No one eats carbs anymore. And some more staged books in the background there. And what if they were smart? They would include her book there. What does that say? No, I don't see it. God bless this mess. If they were smart, they'd throw it into that package there. I don't see it. While the space is at a premium in the pair's first apartment together, they made the most of their cozy home, creating a hybrid office guest room. We really wanted the spare room to serve multiple purposes. Like when we get in fights and have nowhere else to go, Adam goes in there and plays, with himself or video games. Either way, he's hitting the joystick. The joystick has multiple meetings. We wanted to be a second bedroom for guests in an office, and Pure Salt made it happen. So there it is. Oh, nice. The range and the backsplash and all the other words you say. From the worn wooden stools pushed into their kitchen island to rustic nesting coffee tables, the various textures of... Should I do this for every... Could you imagine if every listing they just paid me to just, roast it? We learned how much we really value making sure your home is a reflection of who you are. Now listen, there's a reason why they live in an apartment, because home prices are insane out there. Now, here's a home I wanted to buy. My fiance Tasha and I were looking, this is out of my price range. It's out of my price range. And I know, here's the deal. I know I'm going to get comments from Bill. Well, in Des Moines, Iowa, you could buy the mayor's mansion for under $100,000. Like, yeah, can it, right? This is Southern California. It's the only Mediterranean climate outside of the Mediterranean Sea. So prices are expensive. This isn't even in a good part of town. $1.288 million. But let me show you the potential here, okay? Yeah, sure, there's solar and all that jazz, but let's go to the photos here. So we got some, this is a place I was looking at. This is kind of where my dreams are at. Now, the staging's really ugly. I don't really like too much of this. The kitchen needs work. Yeah, a 1.3 million fixer-upper. Welcome to California. But it's a nice little sea breeze way. I'm just making up words now. But wait till we get to the goods. You want to see the goods? It's got a functional pool. Nothing great, functional. But hold on. What's this? Is that a pool house? Could your boy be Pool House Dave? Can I turn a pool house? I feel like we need some X-Files music here. Could this pool house become the home empire of Bachelor Nation's most gregarious and some say self-indulgent recapper ever? Power recapper Dave Neal. Could barrels be scraped in this little... Yeah, here it is, the inside. I know everyone's like, all right, the outside looks nice, but what about the inside? So here we are. There's a little, looks like a fake fire pit there. You guys know me, I like brick, but I also like some of this clapboard here. So I would change, is that a tin roof? I gotta tell you, as off-putting as tin roofs are, in the off-season when it actually does rain, there's nothing like enjoying a nice rainfall underneath a tin roof. So we have exposed beams. You know, I like a good exposed beam here. I think I could easily paint this wall and have this be a nice layout. Get rid of this little daybed thing. No one needs it. We don't have guests staying with us anyway. And you have a nice little kitchenette over here we could fix up there. But imagine a fridge stacked full of Diet Dr. Pepper Cherry Zeros or whatever they're called. Redo the AC in here for the hot summer months. Although that might be a little loud. It might be a little loud. We'll have to maybe do an exterior AC unit. Either way, I think we might be onto something here. So it's selling. Here's a problem too, though. It's selling for $1.3 million, but does it say how much it last sold for? Let's see. Year built 1942. List price 1.288. That's $782 a square foot. Don't they used to sell homes for like $50 a square foot? Oh, I can't wait to read the comment section. I live in Nebraska, where you can buy the city for the, you know what I mean? No offense to Nebraska, but do you have In-N-Out Burger? You know what I mean? So anyway, it's not even a good part of town. It's just like south of Pasadena. It's not even on like, so Hannah, I mean, if you wanted to buy that home in Santa Monica, triple the price. Just triple it. Anyway, it was probably on $7,000 a month. That's all we need. Join the Patreon, folks. All right, point being, no one cares about that. But that's, hey, sometimes we like to do a little vision boarding here, show you what Pool House Dave would look like. Oh, boy, you want to get a PhD. Pool House Dave. All right, wrong button.
Dave Neal.
Okay, so anyway, I'm just hitting buttons here. Layla in the comment section of the Patreon says, love your roast. Thank you so much. Teresa says, love those high ceilings. Yeah, we could hang some sort of like sex swings. I mean, recap swings, whatever it is. Anyway, that's going to be it from Hannah's new home tour. I think we milked this one. I know we're short on a, the baby food. There's a supply chain shortage, but I'm going to continue to milk the hell out of these videos, and I hope you enjoy the supply. PhD, Pool House Dave, coming to you live. Let me know what you guys think, and let me go back to my other music here. We will see you all in a little bit. Join us on the Patreon, patreon.com/Dave Neal. Instagram @DNeals. Tomorrow ends my Instagram ban. I've been banned from monetizing my Instagram Reels. A real bad boy over here. For what reason? I don't know. I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. Bye, everybody.